Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I wanted to do a quick review on estimating, then finding the sum. All right, remember, when we estimate, we do not want to get an exact answer, okay? An estimate is a number that's close to the actual number, okay? And we know the strategy that we use to estimate is rounding, okay? We've also rounded to the nearest tens and nearest hundreds. Let me show you an example because you will have an assignment today. The directions say estimate, so we're not getting an exact answer. We're getting an answer that's close to the original answer, the exact answer. Then find the sum, and we know that the sum is the answer to an addition problem. All right, so here is number one, 269 plus 147. What am I going to do? I'm going to estimate first, then I'm going to find the sum. So here, let me rewrite it. Lining up the numbers in its place value, line up the ones, line up the tens, line up the hundreds. Okay, first step, estimate. Well, since the greatest place value is hundreds, I'm going to round to the nearest hundreds. All right, first step, I like to identify the rounding digit, and that's the hundreds place. So here in 269, 200 is in the hundreds place. I go right next door to the tens place. You always go to the right, that digit to the right. In this case, again, it's the tens place. And I ask myself, is this digit 5 or greater, or is it 4 or less? 4 or less. It is 5 or greater, so I know this rounding digit increases by 1. It goes up by 1, so 200 turns into 300, and we know the rest of the digits to the right, the tens place and the ones place, all turn into a 0. Okay, so 269 rounds to 300. Let's do the second for this number. We're rounding to the nearest hundreds. 1 is in the hundreds place. Let me circle the digit in the tens place. It is a 4. 4 or less, let it rest. So that means the hundreds place, we're going to leave it the same. So 100 stays the same, but the 4 tens and the 7 ones turn into a 0. Okay? All right, so I just showed you how to estimate. We use rounding when we estimate. So I showed you that. Also, now I'm going to find the sum. I am adding. Let's find the answer to the addition problem. 0 plus 0 ones is 0. 0 plus 0 tens is 0. And 300 plus 100 is 400. So we estimated first step by rounding. Then we added to find the sum. Okay? All right, let me show you one more of those. All right, we are estimating. Then we're finding the sum. All right, here's another one. All right, the greatest place value is 10. So we are not rounding to the hundreds. We're going to round to the tens. All right, same thing. Oh, also, you can write it out again if you want to have more room. I'll do that. More room to show rounding. All right, we're rounding to the nearest tens. We're rounding because we have to estimate. We're not getting the exact answer. We want to get an answer that's close to the actual value, the actual number, the total. All right, underline the tens place. Go next door to the right. 7 is 5 or greater, so that means our rounding digit, which is in the tens place, increases by 1. I'll write it underneath this time. So it increases to 4, and the digit to the right, which is in the ones place, turns into a 0. Okay, let's do the same thing for 58. Underline the rounding digit is 5 tens. Go to the right and circle the ones. A is greater than 5, 5 or greater, add 1 more. So 5 tens increases by 1. So 5 tens turns into a 6, and the ones place turns into a 0. Now I'm going to come back over here and rewrite 50 plus 60. 0 ones plus 0 ones is 0 1. 6 plus 4 tens is 10 tens. So our answer is 100. Now, so I just reviewed estimating and then found the sum. What I wanted to go over was a couple of word problems. All right. I really wanted to go over some clue words. Let me write it up here. About. When you see this word about in a word problem, they want you to estimate. They don't want to get the exact answer. They want an answer that's close to the original value, close to the answer. So let me show you. Number 1 says, there are 57 boys and 63 girls in 3rd grade at MES. About how many 3rd graders are in the school? When I'm reading a word problem, I like to circle the important numbers, 57 and 63. So what I know about this word problem, I know there are some boys and there's some girls in 3rd grade. What we're trying to figure out, I like to underline the question about how many 3rd graders are in the school, okay? This word about, what I was telling you earlier, means we are going to estimate. So let me box about. About means we just want an estimate. We don't want the exact answer. And I also know that we are going to add, because it says about how many 3rd graders are in the school building. So if we add the girls and the boys, we will get our total. So let me write the original problem. So there's 57 boys, 63 girls at MES. We want an estimate because it says about. Now, if there wasn't this word about and it just said how many 3rd graders are in the school, then boys and girls, we would just add to get the exact answer right here. We can regroup, we can use a break apart strategy, we can do those things. But that clue word, about, in the word problem, lets us know we're going to estimate. So since I'm estimating, let me round to the nearest tens, because tens place is the greatest place value. All right, so 57, rewrite it. Underline the 5 tens, go to the ones place. It is definitely 5 or greater, so the 5 tens increases to 6 tens, and the ones place turns into a 0. So 57 definitely is closer to 60 and not 50. Let's do the same thing for 63. 63, underline the tens place, go right next door. It is a 3, 4 or less, let it rest. So the 6 tens stays the same, and the 3 ones turns into a 0. So let's go back and add 60 plus 60. And we know 60 plus 60 is 120 because 6 plus 6 tens is 12 tens. So, boys and girls, let's go back to the problem. About how many 3rd graders are in the school? About 100, oh, you can't see that, excuse me, 120 3rd graders, okay? All right, I'm going to show you one more. Let's do this one. We're going to skip to number 3. Okay. Actually, we'll do number 2. Alex scored 139 points on the video game, and Carson scored 246 points. How many points did they score together? All right, so what do we know? We know a boy named Alex scored 139 points, and a boy named Carson scored 246 points. So they're playing some video games, and these are their points, okay? The question says, how many points did they score together? Oh, guess what? We don't have a clue word estimate or about. So we are going to just get the exact answer. So let me set up the problem. 139 plus 246. All right, let's get our total. Because again, y'all, it says how many points did they score together. It did not say estimate, and there is no clue word that says about. So we are just getting the exact answer, the exact total. Let's start in our ones place. 9 plus 6 ones. I'm going to use touch points. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Definitely need to regroup. 410. 4 plus 3, 7, plus 1 is 8 tens, and 2 plus 100 is 300. All right, back. Let's answer the question. How many points did they score together? They scored 385 points.